Hello and welcome. This is Cannabis in the Ancient World. My name is Jason Navarez. In today's presentation, we will explore the different ways cannabis has been used throughout ancient civilizations in history. Cannabis today, although taboo in many circles, has become a prevalent aspect of our present society. The drug is mostly portrayed in modern media as a recreational drug, but has begun to be used as a form of medicine. However, cannabis and its different forms have been a staple throughout ancient civilizations and cultures throughout history. Mainly, cannabis and its hemp form have been prevalent in the past for spiritual and medicinal use. We will explore cannabis's uses by visiting secondary and primary sources related to a group of historical civilizations. The civilizations we will be focusing on today include China, India, and Egypt. The first civilization we will cover is China. In China, cannabis was frequently used for medicine and religious activities. Regarding medicine, the Chinese had pieces of literature called the Banako that served as large pharmaceutical catalogs of medical knowledge and recipes. According to the Brand and Zhongzhen, as all parts of the cannabis plant were recorded in Banako texts, the Chinese medical literature can help clarify many details about the historical applications of cannabis in Chinese medicine, as well as providing clues into the historical prevalence of different biotypes as ancient Chinese farmers gradually selected superior varieties for fiber and seed crops. One of the oldest Banakos to cite the use of cannabis is the Divine Farmer's Classic of Materia Medica, which dates to the 2nd century AD. In the text, an ingredient called mabo translates to cannabis spike. Furthermore, the text explains the effects of different doses of cannabis and how it can be used to relieve pain. Aside from cannabis's medical presence in China, other sources suggest its spiritual use. A wooden brazier found in the 2,500-year-old Jerksall Cemetery in western China had high traces of THC, which implied that cannabis was once smoked in it. This item was oriented around ritual and religious activities. The social status of people in the burials varied, but it was found that local elites used these braziers during burial rituals. Hence, cannabis is evident in both medical and religious spheres in ancient Chinese civilizations. Now, on to India. In India, cannabis had a distinct religious presence while also maintaining structural and psychoactive uses. In the article, History of Cannabis in India, cannabis is described as having a great religious significance due to its references in the Vedas and its relations to Shiva. Specifically, in the 6th hymn of the 11th book of Artha Veda, hemp is listed as one of the 5 most sacred plants. In Hindu religion, cannabis is also said to be a gift from Shiva. Cannabis was also used as a structural reinforcement for religious sites, exemplified by how it was infused into the clay plaster that lines the Ellora caves in Aurangabad, India. This plaster has helped to preserve, insulate, and repel insects since the construction of the site back in the 6th century AD. In addition to its religious significance and structural use, cannabis was also consumed by soldiers to utilize its psychoactive effects to ease their minds while entering combat. Cannabis and its hemp form were prevalent aspects of life in ancient India. Lastly, we will pivot away from Asia and set our sights on Egypt. In ancient Egypt, cannabis was used medically and industrially, and held great cultural significance. With regards to medicine, cannabis was a prevalent ingredient in medicines used for ailments regarding glaucoma, feminine health, and pain relief. Of the documents that mention cannabis, the Ebers Papyri specifically cites cannabis as being used for pain relief and feminine health. Aside from its medical use, cannabis was also used industrially, as hemp fabrics and hemp ropes were thought to be commonly traded within Egypt due to their discovery throughout the region. Cannabis has also proven to be culturally significant within Egypt, particularly regarding the spiritual aspect of burial practice. Cannabis pollen was found on the mummy of Ramses II, thus implying cannabis's cultural significance due to mummification being reserved for only the high elites of Egypt. These examples of cannabis use in ancient Egypt further solidify cannabis's roles in ancient Egypt. As you can see, cannabis had a number of uses throughout history, with an emphasis on medicine and spirituality. Cannabis today is also becoming more and more prevalent as it continues to be legalized and used for medical purposes regarding CBD oil. This was Cannabis in the Ancient World. Yet again, my name is Jason Navarez, and thank you for watching.